And hello, we are back again on a really cold, awful, wet day. After so many beautiful sunshine days, we are here back into British weather again. Never mind. Just so about 7 degrees cold, but it feels like, I don't know, minus something. So anyway, we continue with our plant identification, right? And we start with behind me. I spoke the other day about willow weaving and cutting. So this has been maintained well, doesn't it? So this is a willow arch which we made 12 years ago, something like that. So a pole in the ground, and we stuck a bit of willow in the ground, and it just grew. And it, yeah, that was a full hedge. Bit by bit has died, or it wasn't maintained so well. But all this is still great. So if you cut it down once or twice a year, then it's great. Now I'll show you something else. About 10 years ago, we went to, now I need help from Mark.
Low Lookins.
We went to Low Lookins, and Tony Mason came back with a deer. They weaved a deer out of willow. Now that is the leftover of that deer. Look at that. That's 12 years old. Mark just told me that he and Johnny cut that down already a few times. So this is 1 year growth. Look at that. So thick, so thick. No deer anymore because nobody was looking after it. Otherwise it would be a mighty deer now. That's the rest of it. So that's what happens. It becomes a tree again. And if we weren't to cut that down, this would just grow wider and thicker and become yeah, a mature tree again. I see some geese going overhead. Don't know if you can see them. They're always trying to be in a V shape to use at the least power to fly. It's good. Anyway, right, come over here. This big tree, no leaves again. It's a poplar. It's called Balm of Gilead. Now, if you are coming to Heathlands, you will. That's a poplar. Yeah, very pointed. But what you can't see, this is a variegated one. It's white and green, and it has a wonderful balsamic scent. No, not anymore. This is rotten. But yeah, that's the Balm of Gilead, it's called. That's about, I think, about as high as it goes, maybe a little bit more, but then it just becomes wider. Nice tree. We got that from Anette round about 10-13 years, about 12 years ago, something like that, where we were allowed to take loads of trees out of a private garden. Yeah, okay, so and another one of these plants which we got out of somebody's garden is this tree peony. Flowers quite nice. It's not a tree. Though it's called tree peony, but it's a bush. Look at this. These are the seeds. Aren't they beautiful? Look at that. Fat. Absolutely stunning. There were loads in there. They dropped to the ground, or maybe a bird has picked them. I don't know. I tried many a times to germinate them. That means taking them, and I well, did a bit with the surface on sanding paper or something like that. Then I put them in water for a while, just to kickstart the germination, but it never happened. So I take one more, and maybe one day I have a little plant of these. Okay, right, where shall we go? Here where I stand here about was an oak tree planted by the Chancellor Rory Stewart, or maybe there, here. Anyway, and he ripped the root ball apart and he planted that tree, and I thought, oh. Anyway, next day I came, or 2 days later, and the bark was nibbled all around by a rabbit and it died. Yeah, anyway, we have it on picture, that's good enough, isn't it? Right, here over our soggy pond, there's still some ice on. And it's, you tell me, what is that? Red buds. Can you see? Red buds. Can you remember what that is? Red buds. Like my jacket, it's a lime tree. Okay? So, a lime, heart-shaped leaves, beautiful medicinal. Yeah, the flowers are against fever, and they're good for making you sweat, and when you've got a cold, wonderful, edible. It's the soft, beautiful, lovely tree. Don't know what that is, maybe a daughter of that one. What else have we had? So I wanted to show you something else here. So, and look at that. I might be wrong, but something, maybe here. I can't even focus. So really black buds, haven't they? Really dark black. And I would think, oh, black, instantly you think of an ash tree. But it isn't. Ash tree looks completely different. And this is show you? This is an alder. It's Alnus glutinos. And normally it looks like this. Maybe if we've got time, we go down to the allotment place where there are loads of alders, and we find something else. It's quite incredible how different that looks. Yeah, color-wise, it should be a dark purple, but it is nearly black wherever you look. Okay. Alnus, right, likes to sit near water. Wherever there's water, you find the alder tree. On riversides and in moorlands, alder likes to grow. And she as well, the beauty. That's a weeping willow. Isn't that gorgeous? Even now in winter. So all these long trailing leaves. Oh, look, each single leaf looks like this. Okay, you wouldn't be able to weave with a weeping willow because they want to hang down, yeah, but you could make a little bench underneath here and nobody can see you there. Beautiful. Yes, yellow color in this case, and you can see as well buds on the, though you wouldn't identify this tree via buds because, come on, tiny. Oh, look at them. Yeah, you wouldn't identify them from the buds. You would just look and you see, yeah, it's all hanging. Yeah, it's all, that is a weeping willow. What does weeping mean? Crying. Or does it mean hanging? Like, yeah? So a weeping willow, one of my favorite trees. You remember in Pocahontas there was a tree, a big weeping willow portrayed there, and Pocahontas always went to that tree. That tree talked and it was so wise. One more thing about the willow trees. Willow bark is it has salicylic acid in it, and that's the same thing as in aspirin. Yeah, so the first nature aspirin was taking willow bark against pain, and to in respect for fever, but now it's artificially produced, and so it has lost a little bit of the goodness in it, because aspirin as a medicine hasn't got some of the positive side effects of taking it from nature, and it goes onto your stomach if you take too much. Okay, what have we got here? An ash tree, and now I show you blackbirds. I mean blackbirds. Yeah, open that up to let you look at this. Beautiful. Yeah, they are proper black, and it's always, they are in pairs. 2 leaves here, 2 leaves here. Yeah, always chung 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 chung. Black leaves, and they grow. I might not have a picture, so they grow in pairs. They have one long stem, and then they have leaflets, 6, 8, also 9 to 11 leaflets going out. That's the ash tree leaves. That was a mighty big tree. Can you see that? That is the original tree trunk there, and it was cut off, and the tree said, I'm not dying, not me, and it produced all these new shoots, so they can become loads of new proper trees. So that's absolutely cool. You can't kill nature, can you? Well, that's a good thing. So here, could make a little seed in there. Take one of these off and then hide in there. Couldn't you? Right. So that was Peter Parent's boat. Don't know if you still remember. The old Heathlanders might remember Peter Parent, who has sadly died. Yeah, and it was his boat, and the Princess Trust arranged this all because it's really wet, this whole area, so the flag irises are planted and all that, but the tree was the boat was so beautiful, planted up by Princess Trust. They yeah, it was just like in on the sea. It was just flowing, gorgeous. I wonder how it will look next year, if it's all over or not, the beauty, don't know. Okay, what else? And then I have here 2 trees now, and I don't know what it is, so, for instance, this one, it has berries like Crategus. It has Hoffman, but it has berries like a Zorbus, white beams, and so on. So I can't tell what it is. It could be many of them. Look, here are the berries. Yeah, the fruit of the tree, but it's so old and overgrown and full of mosses and lichens. This is more. Here, there's a difference. Hold on, my piece of paper, and I put my glasses on that I know where I'm pointing. These are mosses, and this is a lichen. Or is it all? These are all like lichens, small ones. Wow, look at that! Look at that! So totally overgrown with other species. The tree doesn't mind, it's all right, but it looks really alien, doesn't it? So we need to, there could be Swedish hornbeam, I don't know, a white beam. We come back in spring and see the foliage, so the leaves, and then we know exactly what it is, and then we know exactly if we can make some drum out of these or not. Yeah, you always need to know what you've got, otherwise you might injure yourself. Okay, then we've got a fish. Oh, wow, windsock. That looks absolutely poor, doesn't it? Oh, look at it. A squid. And it's totally tangled into that bit of twig. There. So hopefully now it can fly again. Suck in air. Okay. See? Bit better. Oh, there are loads of leaves in. You hear that? So that's kind of odd, because if there are so many leaves, I bet there are creatures as well. I leave them in, and in spring we take them out, because there might be loads of earwigs in and stuff like that, who like this. So I leave this. Good. Camouflage. I bet it wasn't that green when it started off. Here again, we had that before. Pointed, really long needles. What was it? Can you remember? A beech tree. It's a beech, nothing to do with beach like on the seaside. Beech tree. Yeah. Don't know if you. There are the veins going down. Yeah. Only nearly not serrated. It's just, yeah, nearly. That's a beech tree. The beech nuts you can make into a flour and eat it. But yeah. Okay, what else have we got? Oh, I wanted to show you this moss here. This patch, do you see that? It's kind of a round thing, isn't it? It's not man-made. No grass grows on there. Why is that? The only mosses. Now I tell you what, this part is the most, it has the most light. All the other parts, there is no light. So why is here no grass growing? Weird. I bet there's an explanation for it. I don't know. Maybe it's too sour, the soil. I don't know. So, and then we've got, what is this? The oak. Can you remember about the oak? The English oak, the gorgeous English oak. Now my paper is already all dirty. I'll show you again. Oh, cold hands. Oh. Woo-hoo-hoo. And some golds. First I'll show you that. Yeah, the oaks have clusters of buds. The other tree which has clusters of buds is the cherry. I don't know if you remember last week when we came from the top. Yeah, so lots of little buds together, clustered, as we see. And these are oak goats. Here and here and here and here and here. See that? There's an insect in. Doesn't harm the tree. They just there's. If I were to cut it open, there might be a little egg or larvae. Ah, look at the tree! It's holding me. Yeah. Okay, and it's loads. They're just full and full of them. And what did we say about the ivy? Can you remember? ivy is pretty on the ground, but if it's growing up a tree, in the end it will strangle it. So if we go closer to the tree trunk, can you follow me? Can you see how thick it is? Go. Can you this which grows up there, this is the ivy. Now can you imagine, that is a tree in itself, isn't it? So this has no give. I go out. You stay there. Right. Good, there's no ice anymore. I can't reach it. Oh no! Leave me. And this is a rose. Don't want to go near the rose because that will hurt me. But I wanted to touch this. Here, look. I can't get anything off. If this is not cut off, the tree up there will lose its branches and it will, in the end, die of strangulation. We don't want that, do we? We want to keep the trees. Okay, which direction now? Oh, I've got so cold hands. And now look at that, what I found. A little shell. Oh, are we at the seaside? I know. The little mobile wind chime. It's all soggy and cold. Yeah. Next time you're out here, you're untangling that for me. Yeah, I can't do it because my hands are getting colder and colder. I've got 7 layers on and still not enough. How's my hair? Oh, these I brought over from Germany. They are from my mom. She called them blue balloon plant, and they are absolutely fantastic in summer. Look in here, and if you sacrifice one seed, I open that up with cold clumsy fingers and I show you, they are absolutely packed. Now that's rotten. Absolutely packed with seeds. See that? And that is such a wonderful plant because the stems become black, the flower is blue, jingle down, and I spread that flower all over to Rockcliffe and here. So I put this here on the side. Bit of gorilla planting, okay? Cool. Shall we talk about the buddleia? The buddleia is a butterfly bush. Shall we go in? Oh, yeah. You all know them, don't you? Butterflies love them because the individual, I mean, this looks like one flower, but there are individual flowers going, yeah? Tons and tons and tons, and they the butterflies with the long tongues, they are made to drink the nectar of these plants, and they come in colors of white and purple and lilac and pink. There's another one, I bet that's wild planted. Okay, next. Do we need more? Bit of ice here. So So these are all apple trees and apple trees and apple trees and wonderful little nest boxes for things. So shall we have a look at an apple tree bud? They are like a little caterpillar. If you come really close, normally they are coming, well, you can't see it here so well. They have lots of little rings like this one not. Yeah. There you see the rings. Can you see? Or here. It's like stumped. As when you push something together like that. That's apple for you. Let's have a look at here. And they are always a little bit soft. Gorgeous. What comes first is the flowers, and then comes the leaves. Oh, yeah, more or less. So we wanted to have a look at the I stepped into the foot. Oh, black ice. Black ice. And what is this here? Sharp needles. Look at that. Oh, look at these. Ow! Ow! This is a thorn. Look at them thorns. Ow! And look at these tiny little, they're already starting to, oh wow! To flower. What is that? I don't know. I have a look at home. I'm not taking any tricks home today. I don't know what it is. If somebody tells me, I say, oh yeah. Look, watch this. It's ice. That would be too funny if I fall down now, wouldn't it? Okay, and here we've got the alders again. Okay, they are high up, can't reach them, but there you see male and female. The female are where the seeds are coming from, and the seeds are coming from the round ones. Yeah, they are hanging on the tree for the whole year until next spring, and the young ones are, the long ones are the male catkins. Love that tree. They love it wet too. And I think this ground, this whole field is really a wet one too. In the beginning we tried to grow some potatoes in here. Gosh, they're all rotted in the ground. What a stench that was. Nothing worse than rotted potatoes, honestly. So maybe that's why they are thriving so, because it's quite wet here on the... Well, we had frost, hadn't we? So the last bit of the rose hips are, yeah, gone. Rose hip is actually a painkiller for knees. It's good for cartilages too. Next to its richness on vitamin C. I know that, don't know the name. Honeysuckle? Come back in summer. They are so that this would carry. Then we have to come back in the evening when the scent is the most wonderful. Honeysuckle is actually a creeper going, yeah. Here you can see how he does it. I mean, it's pruned back again and again, but it tangles. It's a forest creeper, and it takes other trees to grow up on. And first it is similar to to a ivy, really. I had fir trees, or died off fir trees, which had like a spiral growth habit, and that was due to them, because they strangled them, and so there were big bulbs of tree coming out. And then nothing, can't really describe that so well. And that brings me to the end, because I'm cold. I have cold hands. It was great seeing you again. Every day, make whatever you see or you smell or you hear, make it something memorable, okay? And going out and having just a little bit of bird twitter and you know, even having cold hands, now I can go inside and I warm them up and I feel good. So yeah, have fun. I see you soon in the next video, okay? Right, bye.